the Winsford Salt of the Earth group have upset Labour to take control of the town council. 15 seats, including 6 wards, were up for grabs. And on Winsford Town Council at yesterday's election, Salt of the Earth candidates secured 14 seats. We've got on the call Mandy Clare, who was one of the candidates that won. How are you doing, Mandy?
I'm all right, Crispin. I'm okay. I'm recovering. Yeah, bit by bit.
You're recovering. And I've also got, is he on the call, Simon Boone?
Simon can't join us today. No, he's gone to charge his motorbike up. We're going to get out and get some sunshine today, I think.
All right, so that's your way of celebrating, going out on the bike?
Yeah.
I like your style. So, can you tell us how the Salt of the Earth, I mean, it's quite a good title. How did it come about that you started up this kind of party there?
Yeah, well, we're not a registered party, and we're not really, it's about people before politics. So we're very community focused. We're very focused on Winsford. And what we've kind of said with candidates when we were doing candidate selection was that it doesn't really matter what their wider national political views are. There was just a strong feeling in the town, which we also agreed with, that the Labour-run administration on Cheshire West and Chester, the borough council, and also locally within the town council, it was letting residents down, and it was putting Winsford at the bottom of the list. A lot of the senior Labour councillors in Cheshire West and Chester, who are on the cabinet and make budget decisions, their wards, well, none of their wards are in Winsford. All of them are looking to get re-elected in Chester, Ellesmere Port, Neston, and over that side of the borough. So Winsford gets forgotten about. Funding gets siphoned away from Winsford. And I mean, anyone who lives there or anyone who visits there only has to look around to see how neglected it is by the Labour administration. So our focus really wasn't so much national politics, because I think a lot of us feel like that's just in a total disarray. Labour are maybe doing better nationally, but we know it's only because of the failure of the Tories, not because of anything amazing that Labour are doing for people. So this idea came about to set up an independent group that has no whip, that is town focused, that is a little bit outside of national politics and just very much focused on the community and giving people a community voice and enabling local people to navigate the political systems, you know, learn how to run a campaign, learn how it works at a count, you know, how the election itself works, become councillors and speak up strongly for their community. And we just kind of, I think we hit it at the right time because people are just really fed up. So we managed to kind of strike a chord with people. But the name Salt of the Earth was the idea of Ernie Welch, who won a massive landslide on town council a few months ago against Labour. He absolutely battered Labour in what has, you know, forever, you know, been a Labour seat in the ward where he grew up in the town, and he's very well known across the whole of the town. He's a local pub landlord. He owns his pub, and he's just known for being a salt of the earth sort of person himself. Yeah, so his values are very much the values that probably most people who are genuinely on the left would relate to. So he will help people, but he doesn't do it for any kind of recognition. He's just a good guy, and that's how he's known and loved locally. So he did well in that election. He absolutely smashed it. He didn't really have to do any of the campaigning stuff that Labour does. He just got in on a landslide, and he invited me to be part of this. And it's an idea that I think has been cooking up amongst a number of those people for a while that have been involved on it. I was invited onto the exec group, and really from a standing start about 6 weeks ago, we shaped it up together. We shaped the campaign up together and adapted some of the techniques that Labour use as best we could to fit our brief, and also did a lot of things quite differently as well. And we had we won 14 out of 15 seats on the local town council. We removed the Labour mayor and the deputy mayor as well. We wiped out the Lib Dems because they were a useless opposition, completely useless. And we also won 3 of the 7 borough seats in Winsford as well. And we got quite close with the ones that we lost, and we're coming for them. We're not stopping. We're gonna carry on. We're gonna get the rest.
Well, and Labour, apparently they brought some big wigs to try and beat you. Can you tell us about that?
Well, so yeah, first of all, but I was aware that they put out emails to their supporters to say, like publicly, they were saying that this was nothing, that a vote for Winsford Salt of the Earth was a wasted vote, that, you know, we'd never get anywhere, we wouldn't get any close. Lib Dems also were saying the usual thing that they say, and Labour were saying it as well this time, that it's just a two-horse race between Labour and Lib Dems, and it's just hilarious. It's hilarious what's happened. But yeah, but first of all, they publicly they were saying that we had no chance, but privately they were saying to their supporters, we need to get everyone over to Winsford. We also need to get everyone over to Whitby, the 2 seats in Ellesmere Port that were under threat because of the hydrogen village scandal threat there. Which Labour has kind of had a big part in. And so behind the scenes, we knew they were panicking, and we knew that we were regarded as a threat, but they weren't admitting that. But eventually we saw the lineup, that the door knocking lineup was all the only people they had to help them were the local candidates themselves, paid Labour staffers, maybe one volunteer, scrag end of what's left of any enthusiasm amongst the public for helping Labour win, and David Evans and the leader of the council. So that was the first lineup. It wasn't a big group of people to try and hit the streets to get the postal vote out. And then the next thing, nearer to the time of the election, we were described in their private emails to members as a severe threat, whilst publicly they were saying it's a wasted vote and they're a bit of a joke. And then they also brought Lisa Nandy over, and they took her to one house which had a Labour placard in the garden, and the BBC or whoever were there photographing her, and they described it as her talking to residents in Winsford today. And it was one house. She was there about half an hour. They did a piece to camera. She did a piece to camera in the town centre, basically saying that the work on the town centre regeneration had started, that the contractors were on site. And I know, because I'm a councillor and they had to tell me the truth, that the contract had not been signed still. So it was legally impossible for that to have been the case. And I think people just started to see through. The wool was being pulled, language was being used very creatively, and people were being patronised by Labour. And there was a huge appetite for change. But yeah, it's been crazy. There's been a lot of smearing. It's been really unpleasant and really knackering.
Wow, what you're doing is fantastic. We probably need you to hold a workshop for other people who'd like to do the same. Like it's taking that plunge and actually deciding to do it is a thing. And I think you might have inspired more people as well who have maybe been expelled or feel there's no point in Labour anymore.
Definitely. I mean, the thing is, we've got all of our right throughout the campaign, you know, we've put briefings together, we held public meetings, we put online surveys together for people, we created 2 songs. If you look on our Winsford Salt of the Earth Facebook page, we've got a YouTube channel, and we did 2 songs, just really making fun, having a bit of a laugh with how bad Labour are here. And we also did like our campaign poster was this. So it says, "Stop, don't knock here. This is a Winsford Salt of the Earth household." So we've been quite cheeky, and we've done things in a fun way that's quite different, but we've also used some of the more traditional campaign methods as effectively as we can, because our electorate is a bit different. It's a very different profile from Labour's current, you know, electorate profile. We've picked up a lot of people, I think, who've given up on Labour years ago, who've decided that they will engage with with democracy and that they will come out and vote. So we're more than happy to share our methods and what we've done, so that other people can pick what's going to work in their own community and what's going to chime with their community, because we want to see more of this. We have to. There's, you know, other guests this morning have alluded to, there's an appetite for change. There just hasn't been an organised grassroots community level opposition to Labour, and it's become stale, and it's the right time. So